What's up, guys, and welcome back to Planners and Wine. My name is Myra.
And I am Megan. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back to another week. Meg,
Yes.
how has your week been?
My week has been okay. I started kind of feeling a little under the weather. Well, I say my week is okay. My week was actually great because my birthday was earlier this week, and then after my birthday, I started feeling a little under the weather. But here I am, and I'm just happy to be here. So this week was pretty good. How about your week?
Uh, it was okay, I guess.
Hmm.
It ended off kind of weird,
Yeah.
but I did have a lot of fun last night. We went to I don't even know what you call it. This place that has a whole bunch of activities like laser tag, axe
Mhm.
throwing, and go-kart racing. So that was fun. Although I
Mhm.
did not like go-kart racing, I will
Mm.
never in my life ever do it again. But I had a ton of fun doing like our little couples night, like Valentine's Day Eve
Mhm.
situation. So that was fun. But
Yeah, that sounds super, super fun.
yeah, and we'll talk a little bit about the issues or talk
Mhm.
we'll get to that later. But this is a special episode because we have other
Yes.
people in the room.
Yes, we have our patrons in the building. So if anybody who may have just started listening is not familiar, every month we do one live episode where our patrons are joining us on StreamYard and they are chiming in on some topics, giving us their comments. We're going to read those as we go. So feel free to join our Patreon. That's available to the $10 level and above.
Hmm.
So it's always a really, really good time with them around.
Yeah, it really is, and I love this setup because I can like see the chat going, and we can just go
Mhm.
on with the show. And I love it. I love it. It's so much fun. The chat kind
Yes.
of has their own conversations, and they chime in with
Mhm.
what we're saying as well. So it's a whole vibe. Y'all know.
Yes, it really is. It's
Yeah. So
amazing.
yeah,
It is
definitely
amazing.
check out the Patreon if you have been thinking about it.
Mhm.
Go ahead and do it.
Mhm. Yes. So yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the week. So just to let y'all know, most of y'all know this, but I have been working behind the scenes with Archer and Olive on their Black History Month celebration. It has been really awesome. We've had some IG lives, we've had some Zooms. It has been so cool. And upcoming this week, we will have another Zoom. It will from Art and Olive Design team, and she will be talking all about being a content creator and the ins and outs of being a Black content creator. So please feel free to join us. It's the same Zoom link as last week. You can find it on the Archer and Olive blog. I also have a link to it in my bio on Instagram. So yeah, make sure to join because last week was so fun. Last week, I had a really, really awesome conversation with Plan with Laura, our girl. I also got to talk to this really cool attorney named Annette, and she was talking all about intellectual property laws and things that content creators need to know about copyright and trademarking. And you can actually find that on Archer and Olive's YouTube channel if you want to go check that out. But that was a really, really awesome conversation. And if you want to check out me and Laura's conversation, that is available on the Archer and Olive blog. That is not just like widely available on YouTube. You have to have the link to check that out. But yeah, Myra, you got to join in on one of those calls. So what did you think? Give us some feedback.
Well, first, I love the conversation you had with Annette. I stand her
Mhm.
already. I like
Yes.
went through all of her socials and
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely love her. She is
Mhm.
dope, a wealth of knowledge, and that one is on YouTube because I did watch the replay on YouTube.
Yep.
But the weekly lives I absolutely love. I wish more people would like pop their face in because I
Mhm.
hopped in with like my face on the Zoom and nobody else was there but you and Laura, and I was like,
I mean, there were people there. They just had their cameras off.
they were there. They just had
Yeah.
their cameras off. But yeah,
Yeah.
feel
But they
free
still
to please
interacted,
show
so that
up.
was
They
great.
did
That was
interact it.
great.
But yeah, you
Mhm.
can show your face. It's fine. It's like an open conversation. So if
Yeah.
you know you're thinking like, "Oh, I'm just gonna sit in the back," which you can, but,
Mhm.
feel free to chime in. It makes it more of a conversation than just like an
Mhm.
interview, which that's
Right.
the whole purpose of it. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true, that's true. But yeah, y'all, Myra is clearly one of those managers who gonna be, like, in the meeting, like, "Turn your cameras on, thank you." Like, we're all supposed to be talking.
For something like this, yes. Otherwise, something that should have been an email, no, you don't have to
Mhm.
turn your camera on. But
Period,
yeah.
because it's gonna be
But
an
yeah.
email. But yeah, that was
Yeah.
awesome. So yeah, make sure y'all check that out. This upcoming Zoom will be this Thursday. And also there is a new release coming from Archer and Olive this week as well. So make sure y'all keep a lookout for that. Is their next collaboration beer. So and those books are fire. Stay ready. So you don't have to get ready. I believe they're coming out on either Thursday or Friday of this week. So yeah. So much
Yeah,
cute
I'm
stuff.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited for
Mhm.
that. The cookie sticker code collab, like I was just dead from all of that. That was so
Yes.
adorable. I love it.
Mhm.
I love it.
Mhm. Me too. Me too. I just got my shipping notification that mine shipped yesterday. And so I'm so excited. So Cookie Sticker Co had a amazing collab with Archer and Olive. It's featuring her beautiful drip creation. And yeah, I just cannot wait to get it. It's so cute. And I hope you guys got it too. Love it. I think it's still available. When I looked yesterday on the website, it was still available. So if you hadn't got a chance to get it, definitely head over to the Arch and Olive website and check it out. And I know P Sticker Co had some other things on her website as well. It goes very fast from her website. So I have no idea if it's still available, but what was on the Arch and Olive site as far as her collab is still available as of this recording. So definitely check it
Yeah,
out.
you definitely should. I love it. I
Mhm.
love all of her like sunflower stuff, and then she had the Black
Mhm.
History Month collection on her site. As far as I can see, it's still on there. It's still
Yes.
available, so go check it out. She
Yes.
has some of her Valentine stuff still available too, so
Mhm.
go get it.
Yes, guys, definitely go check it out. I love new releases. You know what? Maybe we should just go ahead and talk about planner purchases now since we're talking about planner stuff. You want to?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mara, have you bought any new planner teams in the past couple of weeks?
I honestly have not. Other than like
Mm,
washi, I have not.
so
No.
proud of you. I'm so
I
proud of
know. I
you.
was very, very
Mhm.
tempted. I literally was on the EC website getting my whole life, and Meg was like, "No, you don't
I
need it," which
was.
is true. I did not.
I was
So
talking her out of it. And I
yeah,
somehow talked myself into some purchases.
yeah. I don't know how
I don't know
that
how that
happened,
happened.
but yeah.
Mm-mm. Okay. So, I ended up getting like a full I basically got like an A5 like budget set up from Cloth and Paper. Because I saw they were talking about their upcoming sub box, and it's like a whole budget setup, but I didn't want to get the sub box, so I just basically just kind of put it together myself on the website, and I'm very excited about it because listen, I have been using the Budget Moms budget planner for whatever reason. It's only available either in the humongous 8.5 by 11 spiral bound size or in the A5 size, but those are like individual books for every single month. I tried those last year and I did not like it. I like everything being in one place. So I did get the 8.5 by 11 one. And it's just too big. It's too big. It's just not functional for me. Y'all know that we kind of downsize, so we're in a 2 bedroom apartment. I don't have room for no big ass 8.5 by 11 planner of nothing. I just don't. So
Yeah.
it's just not functional for me. And I only look at it when I'm budgeting. And I really want budgeting to be a little bit like more a part of my lifestyle. And I want to be looking and opening my budget planner like a couple of times a week, not just 2 times a month when I'm doing the budget when we get paid. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
was like, I need something smaller. I need something more functional. And, we're planner girls. So I need something that's kind of chic as well. So here we are. I'll let y'all know when it comes in, but I'm really excited about it. I think it's gonna be really cute.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be a fire,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
I I just love I was talked out, and I wasn't even in on the conversation for the
See,
budget stuff, but
here's the thing. What I got is something I actually do need. You were trying to talk yourself into
true.
stuff that you did not need. See?
Or did I?
Did you? Are you
Did I?
okay then since you don't have it?
I'm
Y'all, is
not okay
Myra okay?
now. I am not okay now.
Myra, the website's still there. You can go back. It's fine. I
I
will allow.
know.
It's okay.
But with the money that I was probably gonna spend at EC, I was able to get the Archer and all this stuff. Honeybee
Mhm.
Shop just had a release, so I got a few stickers from her. Simply Me
Mhm.
Kish, which I love her stuff. She just released a had a new release. I can't even think of what it's called, but I bought it. So I was able
Mhm.
to use that money and spread it out to all of my
There you
little
go.
favorite shops. So
There you
I'm okay
go.
with that.
And
Yeah.
we got our tickets for Disneyland for that Sunday when we're at
Oh
Wild.
yeah. Yeah, that too. I forgot
See
about that.
there?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And a
we
whole
did a
bunch
lot
of
of
stuff
shopping on
off
the
the
phone.
Etsy. Yeah.
Yes, because we got shirts and oh my god, I got my pajamas. Yeah, we did a lot of
Mhm.
shopping on the phone this weekend. But it was
Yeah.
lots of fun. I'm looking at the comments. So Erica said that she got all the Cookie Sticker Co stuff on her site, but she thought the A&O collaboration looked similar to her B box, which she has, so she passed on that. I didn't know she had a B box. Was that like a few months ago or sometime last year?
It was last year when she had those sub boxes. Yeah, I can see what you said, Erica, but I like at this point I'm collecting.
Mhm.
I can definitely
Period.
see. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but kind of the same concept. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yes, Danny's in the building and Karina. We have some more people who just showed up. Hi guys. Naomi said, "Oh my gosh, Hemlock and Oak just posted a bunch of new products for pre-order and I think I need a second job." Girl, you better start this side on. Okay? Get your side hustle on so you don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
pulled it
leave
up.
the house.
It does look cute. It does look cute, but I'm
Is it like
trying
a
to
planner? Is it like a new planner?
I see a few planners. They're book bound.
Mhm.
Um, like notepad stickers, but yeah.
Oh, I need to check
It's
it out.
yeah, very minimalist is what it's given. I like it though. It's cute.
Yeah, I like minimalist too. Yeah, and me and Myra have kind of been talking too about our planner stacks and what's going on with that. And guys, I'm just really in just a super functional phase in my life right now. I don't know why. Like, y'all know I love, love, love my Wonderland. And I was kind of using that as like my fun decorative planner, but I haven't even been using it lately because I just really haven't been in the super like decorative mood. Like I've been doing everything in my EC hourly and it's just been super functional. Like no stickers, literally just pen and highlighter. And I've been living. I have really, it's just been working. So I'm just like, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm just was working for me right now and just going with it. And I'm not putting myself under any pressure to use other things that aren't working. Like y'all know about the daily duo a few weeks ago. I haven't used it because I'm true to myself and daily planning is just clearly never going to be a thing for me. And I'm not forcing it. I'm just not forcing it. I'm just going with it.
Yeah, I've accepted that my daily doesn't have to be used every freaking day in order
That
for it to
too.
work for me.
Hmm.
I think I got really hung up on that and just end up being like, well, since I'm not using it every day, I'm not going to use it at all.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
it's been working. I don't use it every day. I just pull it
Yep.
out when I actually need it, and it's amazing for me. So
Perfect.
I probably use it like 50%.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, but that works. I'm using
Yep.
it for its intended purpose for me. I think we
Exactly.
get so caught up if we're like every page isn't filled up, then it's useless. And
Mhm.
it's like, no, you don't
You
have to
can
fill
still
up
find
every
use for
page.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Or you cannot find use for it and just don't use it like me, and it works as well.
Yeah. And
It's all
move
about
on.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't have to be hung up on that. So yeah,
Mhm. Yep.
definitely agree.
Yes. Cindy said that she is also good at talking other people out of stuff, but talking herself into it. Girl, period. Girl, we here. Yes, it be like that sometimes. It's like you see things way more clearly when it's other people than when it's yourself. You can find every excuse in the world to talk yourself into buying something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I feel like I'm that way too.
Mhm. Mhm.
But nah, that's a lie. That's a lie. I will be like treat yourself in a heartbeat. So yeah, that's a lie.
Gosh, yes. My the old what is it called? Enabler. Yeah, she's the ultimate enabler for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Mary
reasonable. I'm not just
yeah.
buy anything,
So you're not
but
crazy with it. You're not crazy
yeah.
with it. Yeah. Mary said she impulse or pre-ordered their new undated daily. So I'm thinking she's talking about the hemlock and oak. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Undated
they're on
daily.
pre-order. So, yeah.
Yes. And Danny said, not me staring at my empty budget pages that I got from EC. Danny, it's okay. It's okay. Budgeting is a process. Like can nobody it should be expected to do it overnight. For real.
That part. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The minimal sophisticated girl. Okay. I do not know what your first name is. Like, let us know. I'm so sorry.
It is
I
a
don't want to
mouthful,
read your
but
whole handle. What is your first name, girl? But she said that she really want to get that honeybee shop stickers. They look. She did just recently come out with some newer stickers, didn't she? At the honeybee shop, I feel like
yeah,
I've seen it.
yeah, yeah, she did drop some stuff yesterday and,
Hmm.
I believe it's still all available. I think she just hired on a new artist as well. So I'm excited for her. I'm excited
Yes,
to see what different styles can come to the shop as well.
me
But
too.
they're really cute, very like kind of Easter springish kind
Yeah,
of theme stickers and script stickers. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean I'm a little biased, y'all know.
for sure. I
We
mean,
love
no,
the
they're cute.
honeybee shop.
They
Yeah.
are definitely super cute. Okay, Estella. Her name is Estella. Girl, it's crazy when you talk to somebody all the time online and you realize that you don't even know their first name. Like if their name is part of their handle or if it's not on their page. It feels
Hmm.
weird asking
Yeah.
somebody who you've been talking to for like a year, like, what's your name? Now I
Yeah,
know and I will never forget.
yeah. Yeah, most people get it though. It don't be no hard
Mhm.
feelings.
Right, right. Exactly, exactly. Yes, Corinne says she is still waiting on the B. Harris drop. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be really, really, really good. I'm super excited about it. I am super excited about it.
Yeah, a part of me
Yes.
wanted to wait to get the not the honeybee shop, the cookie sticker co stuff
Mhm.
so I can, have it shipped all together instead of doing
Mhm.
like two separate shipments, but then I was
Mhm.
afraid that I wouldn't get any, so I just went ahead and got
Yeah,
it, but
same. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was like, I didn't wanna, like, snooze and lose because I have no
Yeah.
idea, like, about the stock or anything for that. So, yeah, I just erred on the side of, "Let me just go ahead and get this." So
Yeah.
it will not be
The few
gone.
extra dollars isn't worth me being so sad.
Right. Right, period. Because I would
Yeah.
be extremely disappointed.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, so Go Wild is coming up literally what, 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks from now? Like, we're getting, like, really, really down to the wire. So we wanted to just kinda talk about what we plan on bringing, and any tips for newbies. As y'all know, we're newbies as well, so we're just kind of, flying by the seat of our pants.
I
Um
did not realize it's only 2 weeks from when most
Yep.
of y'all are listening to this. It's 2 weeks away.
Mhm. It's 2 weeks away.
Wow, that's insane.
We have a meeting so we can really, like, lock down, what we're doing.
Yeah, I just have a whole bunch of, like, bits and pieces
Mhm.
as far as, like, clothing or what I'm gonna bring, and I just need to make it
Mhm.
all cohesive. But
Mhm. Yep. Yep, yep, yep.
but
Yeah,
yeah.
same. I'm not too stressed about the clothes because I'm taking Julie's advice. I think she had put on her stories one day that ain't nobody worry about what you got on. Like, just wear something comfortable that you wanna be in, and just and call it a day. So, I think I'm going with that, like, graphic tees, sweatshirts, jeans, some leggings, like, no prom dresses or anything crazy. But I'm excited. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
really,
Yeah,
really
that's pretty
good.
much
Mhm.
my lineup, I guess, I don't know.
Mhm.
Wardrobe. Look, there
Mhm.
we go, a word. A wardrobe.
Yes.
Nothing too fancy, but I just like, okay, I'll pick up these jeans because it's been like since I had Ashton, since I had jeans. So I picked up these jeans,
Mhm.
all these shirts, but nothing is like I'm wearing this and this together.
Yep.
It's just random items. But
Yep.
I I threw this on here because I thought it'd be cool to know like what are you bringing or what kind of tips that you kind of have, Meg, or we
Mhm.
can kind of go back and forth, like just as a newbie, because we always ask like the experts and people who have been
Mhm.
before, like, what's your tips? But what what's something that you plan on bringing or something that you
Mhm.
plan on doing to make your experience the best?
Okay, so one thing that we have already done, we started like a private like group chat with our patrons who are going to be there just so we can all like stay in touch and have a super easy way to plan a meetup. So my tip is like if you have people that you've been talking to online, any friends online that you know are going to, suggest maybe starting like a group chat or something like that with them so y'all can all have like a succinct way of staying in touch with each other. I'm sure the conference is going to be crazy. It's going to be so many people around, and it's way easier than trying to get 10, 15 people, phone numbers and texting them and all that. So my suggestion is to start some type of group chat so you guys can like stay in touch and decide when you want to meet up. Just have a really easy, like succinct way of doing that. I think that was a really, really cool thing that we did. And I'm super excited to hang with the patrons who are gonna be there next year.
Yeah, if you joined the Patreon later after we posted that, it is in the post on the Patreon, so you
Mhm.
just have to follow all that there. But
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, that's super exciting. And we're gonna definitely do something with the Patreon, so that will be really cool.
Mhm.
But what I am doing, and I think is a little different, and I actually created a reel for it. I just gotta do my voiceover and stuff, so it'll probably be posted later today.
Mhm.
Y'all, it's already posted by the time most of y'all are hearing this, but I'm actually doing digital contact cards. I'm not carrying around
Mhm.
50, 100 business cards or those little sticker things because one, I'm lazy.
Mhm.
2, I don't wanna have to, like, keep up with all that, and 3, my style isn't everybody else's style. Because
Mhm.
just thinking back on when we went to CPC, like, I did like that interaction of like, "Oh, hey, here's your, contact card," but by the time, like, we got a chance to sit down and look at all this stuff, and
Mhm.
it's like, I don't even remember who gave this to me.
Mhm.
You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yep.
And then if you pull up their stuff, sometimes, like, their faces aren't on there, so you can't, like, really
Mhm.
connect. Maybe it's just planner stuff. So, I'm doing digital. The way my card works, like, you just put it up to somebody's phone. If they want
Mhm.
to check out my socials, it's literally right there. If they wanna follow, it's literally right there. So,
Mhm.
that's, like, my little tip of what I'm doing differently. And then plus I don't have to keep up with them contact
Yeah,
cards.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. My other tip is, and what I've been seeing a lot in the WOW group is don't feel pressure to make and bring table mate gifts. Y'all, for real, table mate gifts have definitely given me some anxiety because I'm just not an artsy creative person. And I was just like really like anxious, like, what do I need to do? Just kind of going. And then also because COVID, Imma be real, I'm just not gonna be super quick to even accept table made gifts. Imma be real with y'all because I just feel like with COVID, like people touching stuff, like it's just I don't I'm just not into it. So I just feel like if you're feeling the pressure and you think that you have to do something, like you don't. You really don't have to do it. Like everybody keeps on saying is super super voluntary, like there's absolutely no pressure. It's not a big deal if you're not passing out anything. Like I said, especially in the time of COVID, feel free to skip the table make gifts and it's okay. It's really not a big deal. So, and like I said, I've been
Yeah.
seeing that a lot in the wild group that people have been saying like don't stress about it. So maybe it'll be less of a thing than it was in the past. Cause I know when we, to be honest, y'all, when we went to the Chicago Planner Conference, we did get a lot of table make gifts and it was like it's like 90% crap. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I think I got a Starbucks gift card and that was like the
I
most worthwhile thing. Like no shade, but
No
it was just
shade.
I just feel like people
I
feel
wouldn't
so
say
much
it was.
pressure. And I just feel
Yeah.
like people feel so much pressure to do it that they just kind of just throw anything together. And it's like I don't want
Mhm.
anybody out there going through all that trouble of doing it and bringing it if it's something that some people are not even going to like or want or appreciate, or you know what I'm saying. That's what that's the gist and I'm trying to get that don't go through all that. Seriously, I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I'll give, like, the little bit of the nicer version. Everybody doesn't have the same style. So what may seem, like,
Mhm.
super amazing to you is like, "Oh, I wouldn't use this." It's like, some people may use spiral, and then you give them something that's this, and it's like, it it wouldn't work for me. So, and that's kind of the take that I'm taking with the contact cards too, because I'm like, again, it's a lot. And then once people look back, once they get home or get back to their hotel room, they're not even going to remember who gave this to them. You know what I mean? So,
Mhm.
and that's
Danny
that's
brought
the
up a very
majority of
good
things.
point. He just said, "Are
Oh,
y'all gonna need contact cards? Anybody knows Plant the Wine." Period. Pooh.
uh, oh, we don't know that. I don't assume anything. I do not assume
I love that.
anything, but
I
I
love
love
that,
Danny
Danny.
for that.
Period.
Yeah, I don't assume anything, but
Mhm.
yeah, I think it's it's easy to get so caught up in, like you said, you think people are like, "Oh my god, I have to, get something together." And it's like you don't have to. If you are that kind of person who wants to give to your table, go off, do that. But if that's not you, don't feel like, you have to. It's kind of like Christmas. You go over to somebody's house, you just kind of bring like that random gift from the dollar spot at Target just to have something just in case somebody else is there. I think
Mhm.
it's like that with most people. They're just like, "Oh, I know somebody's gonna be giving me something, so I just wanna be respectful and have something in return for them."
Mhm.
But, I mean, it's no disrespect if you don't have it,
Mm-mm.
don't feel away.
No.
So,
No,
yeah.
I would love to know because a lot of people in the chat are saying that they had never even heard of table made gifts, and I had never heard of them until we were literally at the Chicago Planner Conference, and I was like, "Wait a
Mhm.
minute, what is this stuff?" So I would love to kind of know where did it come from? Yeah, because I'm not really sure about that either. But yeah, like I said, it's a nice gesture, but you don't have to feel pressured to do it. And I mean, I definitely think that people do make and bring things that are specifically their style and they're just not everybody's style. And that's why,
Mhm.
like I said, I'm gonna be real. Like 90% of the table make gifts from the Chicago Planner Conference was like crap, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna
Oh
use
god.
this. I'm not gonna use this. Thank you
Sorry if you
though,
were at our table,
girl. Nobody.
but
It doesn't matter.
But we don't remember. I
No,
wouldn't say it's crap. I just truly don't remember who gave
no.
what and what was
Mm-mm.
what. But I remember that experience. That's overall the best part. Like you remember the people that you were sitting with and the experience and the fun that you had. Like
Mm-hmm.
our table was lit at
Mhm.
Chicago Better
But yeah,
Conference.
they were
I love the
amazing
people there.
people for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
amazing people, but everything is just not for everybody, and I don't want
Right.
people wasting their time if you don't have to, like you said, don't stress about it, don't feel like you have to do it. Yes, I definitely appreciated the, Starbucks gift card. That was the absolute best one, period. But you don't even have to do that because if you get one for everybody at your table, what's that, like 9, 10 people? That's like $100, like, totally unnecessary. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. You don't. But I
Mm-mm.
agree. I'm sure I definitely been done use that gift card. But yeah, yeah, it's just the pressure to do it. Don't feel pressure to. And I'm glad that a lot of people in the group are like, don't feel pressure. It is not necessary. You don't have to do that. I don't
Mhm.
know when that started. I don't know the origin story of that. So if anybody listening and knows it,
Mhm.
DM planners and wine, please.
Mhm.
So we
Mhm.
can know.
I know one person, that was sitting at our I don't know if she was sitting at our table. She might not have been at our table when the table I know at some point we were sitting at the table. I think it was when we was at, like, Kita's, like, planner thing, and there was
Mm,
person sitting at our table, and she was from Canada, and she, like, gave us, like, Canadian, like, candy, which is
mhm.
very cool, but y'all know I'm extremely paranoid and suspicious, and I don't take candy from strangers, so I didn't eat it. So but it was nice. It was a nice gesture. I just can't. Y'all, I'm just too paranoid. I listen to too much true crime stuff. I can't. So even like the food thing, it's just like, ooh, unless it's like bagged up or like really tightly prepackaged, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I'm just not a big fan of
Note
table
to
made gifts,
everybody
as y'all can
listening,
see.
don't give Meg no candy.
Don't give anybody no candy in the pandemic that you don't know. Stranger danger. Exactly, Eric. Exactly. And now that we in the whole pandemic still, it's especially like, ooh, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but to that point, I know who you're talking about, and I remember the conversation, and it was actually we were at the owner of Plum Paper. That's when she gave us that
Oh,
candy. I
okay, yeah, yeah.
remember, yeah, I
Mhm.
remember talking to her and talking like going through like that whole session. I remember that experience, but I don't necessarily remember what the gift was.
Exactly. Yep. Yep, yep,
So
yep.
it's more so
Exactly.
about the experience. That's what you're truly going to remember, the people that were around you.
Yeah.
And everybody at CPC was amazing. I'm sure everybody, for the most part, at Go Wild will be amazing as well. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I'm looking forward to meeting the people and, the swag that we're gonna get just from being at the conference alone. I heard Bang are absolutely legendary. So yeah. Heather, I will accept cherry Coke if it's in a can. There we go.
Cans do taste better than bottle, I will say that. I see,
Yes.
Christy said that, she does roommate gifts, and,
Mm.
well, obviously, Meg is my roommate, didn't even
Mhm.
know that was a thing, didn't even consider
Is
it,
that maybe
honestly,
for,
but
like I think maybe is that maybe for, like, if your roommates are, like, not people that you, like, knew before? Like, if you're doing, like, kind of like a, "Hey, I need a roommate," in the WOW group, and then somebody else is like, "Yeah, let's be roommates." To
mm.
kinda like for a situation like that is what I was kinda thinking. Let us know, Heather. If not, I can definitely bring you a gift, Myra, it's fine. We can do roommate
Our presence is a present.
period, period.
But yeah, I don't care if that's the thing, but I don't
Mhm,
know. A lot of people do different stuff, and what works for them works for them. I think
mhm.
that's the
It just doesn't
overall
work for
message here. Just
everybody.
do what work for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, what you're
exactly. This
comfortable
doesn't
with.
work for everybody, and so you don't have to feel pressure. If it's not your thing, don't feel pressure to do anything that you don't wanna do. Um, Danny said, "I thought stranger danger candy was when you were 5, so your parents could check the bag and take your favorites." Period. That has been ingrained into my psyche, so I just don't trust candy from anybody that I don't know.
uh, that's the parents who do that. Y'all know y'all wrong for that. Taking them
It's true.
kids Reese cups.
Oh, well, yeah, they don't really they be taking them, but they be checking them too.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. I love it. But yeah, if y'all have any other tips for Go Wild in the chat, go ahead and leave them. I saw Karina had said something about what she always says. She says for any conference, her bag has external battery, charger cable, pen, Tylenol, water bottle, mask, hand sanitizer, one of those foldable bags that can be brought out. Cool. Yeah, that sounds like a really, especially the external battery. I've heard that
Yeah.
your phone will go dead and it's very hard to find plugs and stuff like that. So that's definitely something I need to add.
Yeah, I just bought one of those off of Amazon as well,
Mhm.
and yeah, the I stay with Tylenol because 'cause I'm
Mhm.
old, so that will
Mhm.
definitely be with me too, but yeah, I love that. But yeah, I just wanted to ask that. I thought that would be really cool because we always get, like, from experience, which is cool, you always wanna talk to people from experience as well, but I thought it was neat to kinda know what we are doing as first timers
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah, the main thing that I'm doing is just not stressed about it. I am historically kind of a last
Oh,
minute
good
person.
tip.
So the week of Wild, I'll definitely probably be running around to Target and Walmart and stuff like a chicken with my head cut off because I'm just not I'm not really thinking about it too much. I guess I'm just more focused on, our piece that we're doing on stage.
Mhm.
I'm just the podcast, a live show. I guess I'm more focused on that than everything around it. And it's like I'm glad that that is more than likely gonna be on Friday, so we can get that out of the way and then, just enjoy the rest of our weekend stress free. That's what I'm excited about.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I totally agree. I love that right now it's looking like Friday, so we can just enjoy. And I did see
Mhm.
Mary said in the chat that her Planners and Wine shirt is coming soon. So she's gonna be wearing
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Yes. That's
I feel like
awesome.
I need to order a new one because
I
I
was
be
kinda
wearing a
thinking
mess
that
out of mine.
too. Yeah, I was thinking too.
Like, we can't
Mhm.
show up with some shirt that we don't wore for like a year.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
We'll
That
figure
is
it out.
true.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think it's gonna be really, really cool, and we cannot wait to meet you guys who will be there at
Mhm.
Wild. It's gonna be an awesome, awesome time. Let's see. So, Myra, you put on here a topic about the thin line between keeping it real and being mean. So, did you want to kind of expand on that, and we can kind of get into it and see what the patrons have to say?
Yeah, I would love to hear what y'all have to say about this because I just feel like shout out to our show title with Cindy, I believe, A Wave of Realness. I feel like we
Mhm.
have been seeing that kind of wave of realness within the planner community. And I feel like there's a handful of people that we have interacted with. Check out the bonus episodes if you're on the Patreon for that. Where they feel like they are being transparent, but they are crossing that line of just being very mean spirited. Like there is a way
Mm.
to be transparent and keep it real. It's literally like basically when keeping it real goes wrong. So I've seen a few
Mhm.
people that call themselves being transparent, but are like going after people's looks or like
Mm.
just dog walking what people choices are within like, what planner they use and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, I'm just keeping it real. And it's like,
Mhm.
no, you're not. You're being an a-hole.
Yeah.
Is what you're
Yeah.
being, and you're hiding behind that, "Oh, I'm just being transparent." So, it's just I put this on there because it is such a thin line, and I think, honestly, when it comes to transparency, it's not something that can be forced or fake, it's just being authentically you. I mean,
Mhm.
unless the authentic you is very mean-spirited, then I guess you
I mean,
are being
that's the
transparent
case.
in that
That's
case,
the case
yeah.
for some people.
But most of these people, I don't feel like they're truly mean spirited. It's just that they are really pushing, trying to be come off as transparent and
Mhm.
forcing it basically.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I totally agree with that, and yeah, I feel like, some people, it is just in their nature to just be mean and
Mhm.
nasty, and they just do that whenever they have the opportunity. Like you said, they just kind of hide behind it being, transparent, but I mean, you always have to think about your intentions and your impact as well. Like, obviously, on the podcast, we never have any intention on being, just straight up mean or cruel to anybody. But that doesn't mean that we can't sometimes make a mistake and still be that way. So you kind of have to recognize it. And
Mhm.
so if somebody brings it to your attention, they're like, hey, maybe you meant this to be funny, but it was actually really, really mean and cruel. Maybe you should check yourself. Like, really listen to that feedback and don't just, jump on the defense about it, but maybe really listen and take it in, because I would never want anybody to think that we were mean spirited or anything like that. I feel like that's why we are pretty intentional about what we talk about and how we talk about things, whether or not it's
Mhm.
on the regular show, whether or not it's on the bonus episode, or whether or not it's just in a meetup or we don't talk about it at all. Like, we just talk about it amongst ourselves. Like, that is, purposeful, because we don't ever want to do anything to where people who love us and love our podcast or feel like they need to go defend us or attack somebody else that
Right.
that may have cited us. Like, we never ever ever want that to happen, because first of all, we don't need nobody to defend us. We got this, trust.
True.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, social media has just really emboldened people, and like the things that people are capable of doing behind a keyboard, that sometimes the things that people say on social media are things that they would never say to anybody's face, but they have no problem typing it in the DM or on a comment or, on a podcast review or something, things that they would never say to anybody's face. And it's just really sad. It's really sad that, social media has a lot of great aspects, but definitely one of the negative aspects is emboldening really nasty people to really do and say some things that they would never otherwise do ever.
Right. Yeah, yeah. And I think and especially within this pandemic, since we were kind of forced to have a little bit more interaction on social media since we had to be apart like in real life. I feel like the lines between like what you would say in public and what you would say amongst like your friends who know you and know like where you're coming from is getting a little blurred. Because I see a lot
Mhm.
of stuff. It's like that conversation should have been in your group chat. Like, why are you
Mhm.
putting that conversation
Mhm.
for the whole internet to hear who don't know you, who don't care about you, and all that stuff? It's just the lines are really blurred, and I think people are misconstruing that as, "Oh, I'm just being transparent. I'm just showing you the real me." And it's like,
Yeah.
some you ain't gotta give us the all.
No,
You can
you
be
don't.
transparent and be real on your platform without spilling your whole ass life story, especially with things that you personally aren't really done working through
Mhm.
yourself. 'Cause then
Exactly.
you're bringing in other people who don't know you, don't care about you and their opinions, and it's just like it just makes the situation worse, but yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally
Oh, the chat
agree.
is going off.
Yeah, everybody has a lot to say about this. Estella said there are people who are being transparent, or being honest, but will throw shade, like if no one else knew, like if no one knew, what this well planned life shared. Oh yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
fun. What did she share? Was it about It wasn't about the brand that she worked with. It was like a comment or something that she got. I can't quite remember.
Yeah, she shared that as well. Recently she did like a little reel where somebody like went into her DMs and like it was
To
actually hilarious.
announce. Yeah,
Announced that they
yeah.
were unfollowing her and she completely
That was
ignored. And then of
funny.
course they're like, "Did you hear me?" kind of thing. But I thought that was absolutely hilarious. We love Siobhan over here. But
Mhm.
yeah, that's the thing. Like people are blurring the lines, like, and that's another thing, like with Siobhan and like people who have platforms, a lot of people think that there is like a relationship there. And in a sense there is, but like at the end of the day, Siobhan don't know you and really haven't had like a
Mhm.
real connection with you where you feel like you have because you see her content, you love her content.
Mhm.
And when she says something that you possibly don't agree with or makes you feel some kind of way, you feel like you have to let that person know or that creator know. And it's
Mhm.
like, okay, I'm just being myself doing my content. I appreciate you liking it and all that stuff, but you have to realize that there's there's no it's not a friendship. Because
Yep.
you follow
Yep,
somebody
yep,
on
yep, yep.
Instagram, that's not like a friendship. So it you have to kind of know where your boundaries is. And I love that reel that she shared because it's just basically was her setting the boundary, like, okay, I'm not gonna
Yep.
entertain you announcing that. And that's mad
Right.
weird. Stop.
Yeah.
Why are you telling people that you're unfollowing them? Like that's weird.
It's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. And you know what? Honestly, I mean, obviously, I feel like, I guess my page hasn't gotten big enough to have to deal with that because
Mhm.
I get unfollowed all the time, especially when I speak out about racism, injustice, anything like that. Nobody has ever announced to me that they were unfollowing me, thankfully, because you're not going to get any type of nice response. And I'm definitely not going to ignore it. I'm definitely going to give you some words because that is one of my pet peeves as well. Like, when I get unfollowed after speaking out about racism, why the hell are you following a black woman with the expectation of her not speaking out about racism? That's why every now and then I try to like do a little reminder on my stories, like, hey, being a black woman is my whole entire identity, and I'm gonna do everything that I can to dismantle the patriarchy and dismantle racism and injustice in this world. And you're gonna hear about it on my social media. So this is your
Period. Yeah.
opportunity to unfollow me. But it's just weird to me that white people will follow you with the expectation of you not talking about racism. Weird, very weird flex. It's like they want the brownie points for following black people, but they don't want to hear about being the black experience. No, you can get that probably from some of the girls are going to give you that. I'm just never
Yeah,
going
there's
to be
people
one
out
of
there
those.
who will give you that
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Honestly, I feel like with it being our identity and it's something that, when you see us, you kind of you see black women, you would think it would be assumed that that person is
Mhm.
going to speak up and speak out about who they
Mhm.
are and be vocal about that. But I mean, there is, like you said, there is girls who don't. Like you
Yeah,
want to just see pretty planners with black hands. There's people out there who give it to you, and no shade to
it
them.
is.
If
Yep.
that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. But that's
You
not
gonna hear about
us.
this blackness
Yeah.
over here, period. Like,
Kristen
I put
said
on my
keyboard
page.
gangsters. Yes.
Exactly. Exactly, like, I reposted, a reel that Saban, shout out our girl Saban, that she made, and I literally put on there, I'm like, "My page is not a safe space for white people who don't wanna hear about racism, and this podcast is not a safe space for white people who don't wanna hear about racism." It's just
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
It's just
And that's
not.
a part of the transparency that I feel like people are trying to like replicate, but they go like
Mhm.
1,500 steps beyond that. And it's like,
Mhm.
whoa.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it's like you have to obviously you have to be sensitive too, but at the same time, people have to respect your space and respect the space that you have made for yourself, and they have to respect our podcast as well.
mhm. Yeah, I'm reading the chat.
Mhm,
Danny
girl.
is re-saying what was in that reel, Siobhan's reel. "Did you
Yeah.
hear me? I said I'm gonna follow you." It's hilarious. Definitely go check out
Okay.
this well plan. Like, she's, amazing with her reels for real. Like,
She
I
is.
I love it, but yeah, quick question before we move on. Do you have any tips for people who are trying to give off this transparency but doesn't take it to that next level?
I think you should definitely you should know your audience for sure, and you need to think about what parts of your personality that you have shown to them in the past, so you can know, like, hey, if I say this, will they know that I'm joking? Will they know that I'm being sarcastic, or is this coming out of left field? And does it have the possibility of really, really offending some people? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like you just really have to kind of know your audience, know who you're talking to, and think about how you would receive the exact same message. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody told you that, "Oh, wow, you don't look how you do online." Like somebody randomly meets you in person, they'd be like, "Oh, you don't look like your pictures. You look totally different in person," for example. How would you receive that? It wouldn't feel that
That
great,
that was,
you know?
cringy and gross. It's just,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a line that I personally don't cross, and other people looks is something that
Mhm.
I just it's 0 tolerance for me kinda thing,
Mhm.
because that's something that nobody can help, and it's something that probably all of us had to deal with in middle school, high school,
Right.
of people picking on us for our looks, so why are we
Mhm.
even discussing that? Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Somebody made a post like that the other day, and it was just not nice. It was not nice, and I don't feel like they understood how rude that really came off. It's just yeah, not cute. Mm-mm,
It was
not
not
cute.
cute.
Mm-mm.
It just was not. And I think it's just kinda that force of like, "Oh, I'm just being real," like, I'm just saying what everybody else is thinking, and it's like,
Mhm.
that should have been left in your friends group chat.
I totally agree. Erica, okay, so Erica made a comment. She said, "Why are strangers being so nasty on the internet, running people in tears off social media? It makes no sense." I definitely agree, Erica. People need to check themselves and they need to not go out of the way to be mean and malicious. However, I'm also a pretty firm believer in once you log into this internet atmosphere and social media, you definitely need to have some tough skin, especially
Mhm.
if you're not just on the internet as somebody who is just, keeping up with family and friends and, just posting casually. If you're somebody who is trying to be taken seriously as a content creator and create a platform, then you should know that every Tom, Dick, and Harry is gonna follow you, and a lot of those people are not gonna be nice people, and they're gonna say some crazy, mean stuff to you sometimes potentially. And if that's not what you want, then you shouldn't set up your platform to be a public platform because you're just it just kind of comes with the territory as disgusting and horrible as it is. Like I follow this
For
TikToker,
sure.
and she is a brown woman and she makes cute TikToks with her kids and she has really great style and so she's always like showing her outfits and her kids outfits. I love her, love her, love her. And she has been posting lately all these disgusting racist garbage messages that she is getting in her DMs on Instagram. And it's the most foul, horrible stuff. And I'm proud of the fact that she is not letting that run her off social media. She's
Mhm.
blasting those people, calling them out. Some of those people have even lost their jobs, thankfully, for thinking they can, do and say racist, horrible things in people's DMs and think it's just going to be quiet. Because I feel like so many people on Instagram, especially big people, get those type of messages and they just ignore them or they just block. And I mean, if that's how you want to deal with it, fine. But I like that she has gone on the defense about that or the offense about that and she's really like proactively handling that. And she's like, no, this is not a safe space for you to just talk crazy to me. I'm gonna blast you and you could potentially lose your job. And that's on you for even putting that stuff out there. Like she's not letting those people take her platform from her because that's exactly what they want. They want her to go running and crying off of social media. And so you can't give the trolls what they want. You just can't do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like you said, and just because it comes with the territory that there are mean people out here doesn't justify.
For sure.
Like I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, this is the internet." Like, people are going to be mean, but
Mhm,
that doesn't justify that wrong behavior. But
mhm,
you do have to have some level of thick skin, especially if you are trying to make a name for yourself, make your profile public.
mhm.
People are going to have something to say, and
Yeah.
that's when you just unfollow, block, and move on. Like you don't even
Mhm,
have to have the discussion of it; just move on. I mean,
mhm.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's just.
there are definitely boundaries, like, some people have taken it too far. That's a good point, Estella, because she brought
Hmm.
up people crossing boundaries like doxing, swatting, etcetera. I'm not talking about that. Obviously, there are definitely boundaries, and there's no excuse for anybody to be disgusting to you,
Right.
but there is a part of being a public person that some of this horrible stuff comes with the territory, and you gotta figure out
Mhm.
how to handle it. Like, don't give the trolls what they want. Don't allow them to chase you off social media, or if you do, then just heal from that. If it's too much for you and you don't want to deal with it and it's not worth the platform, there's definitely nothing wrong with taking a step back and walking away from it. But really know your why and don't just let these type of people win, because that's literally what they want. Like when we got that horrible comment from on our podcast a few weeks ago, that person absolutely wanted us to be like, oh, well, never mind. Let's just shut down the podcast because this person doesn't like us. Like that's literally what they want.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. That's exactly it. But you don't get acknowledged, and that's like going back to Siobhan's reel. Like they're like, "Do you hear me?" Because you just don't acknowledge them, and they're upset. It's just really people just want to be acknowledged by you,
It's so gross.
with their mean comments and mean spirited actions. But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I was just wanted to bring that up because I think a lot of people, like going back to the topic, just has it a bit confused of keeping it real and being transparent and just being mean spirited or
Mhm.
saying too much. My advice will just be to be yourself, share what
Mhm.
you are okay with sharing, put up some boundaries. um in order for you to be transparent, you don't have to be on your platform just entirely losing it. Everybody
Mhm.
don't need to be in on that, especially. Clearly, you haven't worked through those emotions or worked through those
Mhm.
feelings. It's just not something you need to invite everybody on the internet for. And I
Mhm.
definitely think that you should have a support system outside of this community, honestly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You have to have boundaries, and you just people are just not entitled to know and see every single thing that you go through or that you deal with in your life. And I feel like so many people who have public platforms, I guess they feel pressure that they have to share like literally everything because people want to
Mhm.
see and people want to know what's going on and what's going on with your mental health, but you can be a public person and still like keep some things for you. You can absolutely do that. So
Yeah. Yeah. It
it's too much.
it's the support system outside of this community that I think a lot of folks may have be lacking. And I
Mhm.
mean support system like they don't really understand like the ins and out of this community that can give you an outside perspective. Like I have friends and Chuck is very supportive as well, my mom, that I can like tell them what's going on and on the outside looking in, like not knowing what a planner spread is at all,
Mhm. Mhm.
and be able to give
Mhm.
some objective advice and they know me so they won't be like judging me, but they're going to give me the real. I feel like that's what a lot of people are lacking in this community and really
Yep.
need to search for that instead of looking for, like, of course have friendships within the community, but I feel like sometimes those are their only
Mhm.
friendships or only support systems, and I just
Mm.
don't think that's good for
Yeah,
everybody.
if you can
Yeah.
help it. I feel like some people,
Yeah.
whatever the situation is, they may not be able to help if that's the
Right, yeah.
situation, but you just gotta I don't know. I feel like so everything is so heightened on the internet that people who barely know you for real, they think they know your whole life story and they think they know everything about you. And you kind of can think the same thing about them too. Like It doesn't take much for you to have a few really good conversations with somebody, and now all of a sudden y'all are besties. And it's like it takes a little bit more than that to be best friends. Not to even say you have to know somebody outside of the internet, but it takes a lot more than some conversations in the DMs for y'all to like legitimately be, close friends. So I don't know. I guess try to recognize that and set those boundaries and make sure you
Mhm.
truly know like who you're getting close to before you just open up and tell them your whole life story, because we have seen that go so left in the planner community where people thought they were super super tight with somebody, and then somebody ended up truly exposing them or calling their job or doing something else insane to
Mhm.
them to hurt them. So you definitely have to, be very, very cautious and just don't be so quick to, just because you want friendship, to just label anybody your bestie. That's just not gonna work. And Danny is in
Yeah.
the comments shaking the table as we speak. Oh gosh.
But he did make a good point. Like he said he runs a lot of stuff that happens within his community with his husband.
Mhm.
Because it's just an objective perspective, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, and like you said, people maybe some people can't help it or don't have that privilege to have that outside support.
Mhm.
But if you can help it, definitely make those outside connections to kind of allow you to take a step back when you need to from
Mhm.
the internet. Yeah, it's I think a lot of people are just looking for something within this community that really needs to be offline.
Mhm,
So,
mhm. I agree.
but yeah.
I totally agree. And by the way, before we go, for a quick break, did you get this from Go Wild?
I did. Where is
It's
it? Oh,
so cute.
it's super
So, if
cute.
you're
Where
a
is
part of
that?
Wild University, Ariane from Cookie Sticker Co. is one of the professors for February, and they sent out this super cute Cookie Sticker Co. Wild University sticker sheet.
It's
So if you are a
adorable.
part of
With little
Wild
cookie all
University,
over it.
you should have got that by now. But if not, just keep a lookout in the mail, and because you should be getting that. But yeah, it's so cute.
I know. I don't know if it's just like for the annual. I know sometimes they do that.
Mm.
Like, they send it
Yeah,
out for
so
annuals only, but I don't know for sure,
yeah,
but
maybe
yeah, just
so.
check the mail. Yeah. Yeah, I got
Yeah.
mines, yesterday. I was like, "Oh, this
It's
is
so cute.
adorable." Yeah.
Yes, and just a small little blurb too before we go to commercials. You can still get your Go Out ticket. I just checked on the website and the 2022 tickets are still available if you are interested. 'Cause I know because of the changing date, some people weren't able to go. So they
Mhm.
did, put up to have their ticket transferred to somebody. So I feel like that's the reason why there's a lot of tickets that are probably available still. And if you look on the website for 2022, the first pictures of speakers is us.
Yeah.
Yay! Followed by our girl Cindy.
Ugh, we are in
Very
such
cool.
great company. Like, how cool is
Very
that?
cool. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Extremely
super
cool.
excited. Yeah,
Mhm.
hopefully as we're getting closer, because I know a lot of people, just the way of the world right now, people are like, I don't know if I want to travel, but
Mhm.
we're like 2 weeks out, so maybe a lot of people be like, oh, okay, I could do it. I could swing it
Mhm.
and let's go. Yeah,
There you go. Yep, there you
we
go.
all need a break to have fun. So
Yes, I cannot wait. I can't wait. But yeah,
yeah.
guys, we're gonna take a quick break and we will be right back. All right, guys. So we are back. Just so y'all know, if you are interested in advertising with Planners and Wine, send us an email to plannersandwine@gmail.com. If you're a shop, if you're a content creator, and you're just looking to get your name out there, we would love to work with you. Definitely hit up,
Yes, we can't wait
Myra.
to work with you all. I think it's a bit of a delay.
Oh, okay. Because I was
Yeah,
like, wait a
sorry,
minute, what's going
because
on?
it was a bit of it must have been a bit of pause for you to say that, but yeah, I think it may be a
Hmm.
bit of delay. But anywho, I'm super excited to work with all. So yeah, just hit us up
Hmm.
if you want to shoot a DM and we redirect it to the emails. We can do that. Just let us
Hmm.
know. We want to work with y'all.
Yes, and speaking of emails, make sure you send us an email to askpnw@gmail.com if you have a question. We do put the question box on Instagram before these live shows, but maybe if your question is too long for that or you just need to get some more details, go ahead and send us an email to that. Myra, do you want to do email first or did we get any questions on Instagram that you want to answer first?
Let's do the IG ones first.
Okay.
Because I think we can knock those out really quick. I feel like the email one is gonna be a bit longer.
Mhm.
But yeah, like Meg said, we're gonna do this on a monthly basis. So just just keep a lookout in our stories
Yes.
if you want to just shot us a quick question there. Um, okay, are we saying names? Keeping it
Mm-mm.
anonymous?
Yeah, just keep it anonymous.
Okay, anonymous one. What is something that you are proud of this year?
Let's see. What is something that I am proud of this year? I am very proud of myself for really getting my side hustle going. Like besides planners and wine, I have started like a social media marketing management kind of side hustle. Y'all know I'm working with Archer and Olive. I'm also working with our girl Lore, and that has just been really awesome. And I'm just really proud of myself for going and getting those opportunities. Like I didn't just wait until they reached out to me. I literally reached out to, a couple people that we know in the community. I was like, hey, I know how to do this. If you need any help, I can help you. And they've been like, yeah, absolutely help us. So it's just definitely been unexpected and it's given me a lot of really, really good marketing experience, kind of doing some more behind the scenes stuff. Cause y'all know me, I'm more of a behind the scenes gal than in front. So yeah, it's just been really great. So I'm really proud of myself for getting that going because it's been a great experience. And who knows, kind of depending on what happens on the full time job tip this month, I might be expanding that soon. But just kind of waiting to see because I don't want to take on more than I can handle. But yeah, I might be expanding that soon. So we'll see. But yeah, Myra, what are you proud of yourself for?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to brag on my friend for like the next 2 minutes. So if
Oh
you're a
my
hater, you
God,
can fast
stop.
forward. But I am super proud of you as well. I love the work you are doing. I know Laura and Archer and Olive love it as well. I just absolutely think that you are a huge role model, especially in this community, to go for what the hell you want and
Period.
go get it and do the absolute best at it. So that's my little
Thank
spiel.
you,
I'm
friend. That
super,
was so nice.
super
Can you tell me
proud of
you
you
love
for that.
me? Cause
I do
I
love
love
you.
you
I really
too.
do.
Y'all are so scary.
I just think that is so admirable of you to be like, you know what? I'm not waiting.
Mhm.
This is something that I want to do. I'm gonna go
Yep.
out and see what happens. And you weren't afraid of getting a no. And I think a lot of people in this community that want to grow, they're
Mhm.
waiting for those opportunities to come knocking at the door. And you are the
Yes.
example that no, I'm gonna go kick down the door and do what I
Yep.
need to do to get it done.
Absolutely, absolutely, and
Yeah.
like you said, like, you can't be scared of being told no. I've definitely been told no, but I've been told yes also. So, it's just like
Yeah.
you're not gonna be told anything if you don't try it and if you don't
Mhm.
put yourself out there, so, yeah, I'm definitely proud of myself for doing that too, and I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you guys in the chat. Y'all are just going off. I love it. I appreciate y'all.
Yes, Heather, I do love her more than candles. I will give up all of my candles for my friend. I really
Oh
would.
my god, y'all, that's
If
big.
I can keep like one Jackie Ida candle. Like,
You just
can
need
we
one.
compromise on that?
Yes, we can compromise.
Just as long as we have a
Yes,
little bit of compromise. But yes, definitely.
yes.
Something that I am proud of this year, honestly, this is a tough question. I didn't really think this through. I'm actually proud of my consistency that I have been given with my platforms. I
Yes.
did create a 2 year
Mhm.
plan. The ultimate goal is to make this planners and wine and what I do on my own platform as well, something that I do full time. And I just have been really going hard at it and killing it and being
Mhm.
consistent. And I'm really proud of that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't think of
Yes.
anything else.
No, I'm super proud of you too because first of all, Saturday morning lives are so lit. I definitely need to check out the one from
Period.
yesterday because
Yeah.
y'all, your girl be sleep, but I still catch the
Yeah.
replay. I'm on the replay squad, period. So as long as you at least catch the replay, you still there basically. But yeah,
But
like
y'all
no,
know
you've been
I'm
doing
the
great.
early bird. That's my
Mhm.
thing. And I was like, let me
Mhm.
just embrace it. There are early birds out there. There's people that show up,
Mhm.
but I also didn't want to like clash with other people in their like nightly time
Yeah.
slots. And then plus
No, for
I'd be
sure.
tired. So
Period. Yes.
It just works. But yeah, I am proud of that. That consistency and working towards the
Yes.
goal.
I'm
I'm
proud of
very
you
proud of that.
too. Yeah, guys, and Danny just said, "Y'all reminded me that I need to kick down some doors." Love that. Period. Like you cannot just
Danny,
wait for opportunities to fall into your lap. You gotta go
that
get
part,
them.
yeah.
You have to go
Go
get
get
them.
them, and you
Mhm.
deserve. And I always say, like, a no is just not right now.
Yep.
So you'll probably get more no's than yeses, but it's gonna be well worth it.
Mhm. Mhm.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. And one more little tidbit. I'm also proud of myself because y'all know I've been on the, 9 to 5 job search. I've actually turned down a couple of job
Yeah.
opportunities. And so I'm very proud of myself doing that because y'all know, especially being an adult, especially having a family, having children, sometimes you are just, I'm privileged to be in the position that I'm in to where I can turn down a job
Yeah.
opportunity. But, it's not without, obviously because of what I'm doing with my side hustle and Planners and Wine, that's giving me what I needed to be able to say no to job
Mhm.
opportunities that I knew I was not going to be happy with, job opportunities I knew were just going to be dead ends, or job opportunities that were literally just going to be a waste of time and not worth my while because of, lowball offers. Because apparently, even though it is the great resignation, companies are still out here trying to play you and get you to work for cheap as possible. And me
For
and my
sure.
33-year-old self is not doing that. Period. You're going to pay me what I'm worth, or I'm not going to work here. Period. And I'm very happy, and I'm so happy that I have a support system. My husband has, been extremely, extremely, supportive when it came to that. And also Myra telling me, girl, no, that's not enough money. Tell them no.
Mm-mm. Not for that industry either. They can kick rocks for that.
Period. Period. So I told myself that in this 9 to 5 search, I was not going to settle. I was going to know my worth and I was going to know my value, and I was not going to accept less than that. So that means either I'm not taking a job that I don't truly want, and I'm not taking money that I don't truly want. Period. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'm wondering, because I had this whole, like, back and forth with my grandpa when I was telling him that I was
Mhm.
going to negotiate my salary when I first got the where I am now. He
Yeah.
was like, "Why'd you just take it? Da, da, da." And it's like, "No, I know what I worth." But do you
Right.
have that with some older family members, or do you have, like, even talk about that with older family members in your
Um,
family?
if I had told my father that I had turned down 2 job opportunities, he probably would've, shit bricks. I don't have a cuter way of
Yeah.
saying it.
Yeah.
Um
That's literally what my grandpa did. Yeah.
He would have been like, "What?" Because my dad is absolutely from the generation that you do what you gotta do, and I don't blame him. I mean, I like
Mhm.
to I'm doing what I gotta do too, but fortunately, I'm just not in a situation to where I have to do that. And my dad, he worked 2 jobs basically my whole life. Like, he just retired from both of his jobs within the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
he would work overnight and he would work a 9 to 5 all day. So he is just there's nobody that's a harder worker than my dad. And I think that he doesn't understand entrepreneurship mentality. I don't feel like he really, really gets that. And I feel like I just kind of have that in my blood because my mom was an entrepreneur also, and I also he just doesn't he would be like, no, what are you doing? Like, why would you turn down a
Yeah.
job? That's
I
why
mean,
we just
looked
don't
at
be
me
having
like I had 3
conversations.
heads. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then
yeah,
I mean,
maybe it is a
obviously,
generational thing.
yeah, and obviously he's coming from a place of, even though he's a black man, he's still a man. So, and Heather just brought up in the comments about how, women, we are better negotiators, but we're only respected if we are negotiated for somebody else. And we will
Mhm.
be historically lowballed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they have no problem underpaying women, especially underpaying black women and women of color. And we can't settle for that. We just can't do it. We cannot do it.
For sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was just curious about that. That was a little side note, but we
Yes,
got another
girl.
question here. What is
Who
your
the
favorite?
baby boomers?
Oh, true. That's what, yeah.
It is.
They lived a whole different life. So, yeah.
They did. They did.
But what is your favorite form of self-care?
Okay, so I have been seeing on social media so much lately how, people are making a very valid point that self-care is more than bubble baths and going to the
Mhm.
spa and all that. It is. But my favorite form of self-care is absolutely going to the spa. I'm not mad at it. I'm sorry, I'm just not. I went to like on my birthday, as I did on my actual birthday. I got a facial and I got a massage, and I literally just got my life. So my favorite form of self-care is literally just taking care of my physical needs just as much as my mental and emotional needs. You know what I'm saying? So like doing things to pamper myself, whether it's even something smaller, like just taking a long bubble bath or something like that. Like I just love making myself feel good. So that is
Mhm.
definitely my favorite form of self-care. I haven't really like I've gone back and forth with therapy. Like I've had therapists before. I don't have one now. I'm kind of thinking about getting one soon, but so I haven't really found my groove when it comes to like therapy. So right now it's just like physical self-care is like is my thing for me right now. What about you, Myra?
Yeah, I absolutely love therapy.
Mhm.
Definitely go to therapy for Black girls and see
I
what you
will.
can find.
I
I
will.
highly recommend. I love my therapist, but my favorite form of self-care is honestly meditation. And it's funny because I absolutely hate meditation because if
Mm.
y'all know me, I'm doing a million things at once all the freaking time. And meditation kind of forces me to sit still and
Mhm.
just focus on breathing, which is really, really hard for me, but I feel so much better afterwards.
Mhm.
It's kind of like working out.
Yeah.
Like, like
Yeah.
you dread it before, but after you get done, you feel so much better. But yeah, that is my favorite form of self-care, although we have a love-hate relationship. But I need that in my life right now to just
Yeah.
sit down and be and not do 47 things at once.
Mhm. Yep,
So,
absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? Erica kinda brought up a good point about our last topic. She said that the older generation can't relate to this new corporate America. They think that you can just stay at a job until you retire, and it's not like that anymore. And no, it's not.
mhm,
And if
it's
you
not.
do that, you're losing out on thousands of dollars. Like, I
Mhm.
see so many people on social media talking about job hopping, and that is
Yeah.
staying in a job for about a year or two and then finding your next really good opportunity, even if you like it, because for whatever reason, these corporate jobs, they will pay somebody new coming fresh from another company more than they'll pay
Oh,
somebody who's been
absolutely.
so-called
Yeah.
loyal to them. And it's a real shame. And so until corporate America gets it in them that if you want to retain your good people, you need to pay them and stop just throwing pizza parties and shit at them,
It's
then
the
it's just
pizza
gonna be
parties for
like
me.
that. It's gonna be
It's the
like
pizza
that.
parties for me,
Like a
and
potluck ain't made nobody said no job. Period.
period. And I was not a potluck pizza party person pre-pandemic, and I
No,
for damn sure I'm not now.
no, I'm not.
Okay, side note, for all the people who are familiar with Cincinnati foods, we had like a Cincinnati themed potluck because Bengals Super Bowl, whatever. I don't know the outcome. It's
Mhm.
Sunday before the Super Bowl, so whatever. But anywho, they bought like White Castles, which is, if you are familiar with White Castles, it's
It's
not
like
a food that
crystals.
you would eat. Yes. And
Yeah.
it's not a food that you would eat at work and still have 4 hours left in your day. They also bought Skyline, which is also not a food that you would eat and still have 4 hours left in your day. And it's like, this is not bringing up the morale.
Mhm.
And I think somebody ended up complaining, so they end up getting like one of our local pizza places, La Rosa's or whatever. But it's
Mhm.
just like, y'all keep wanting to do like these little parties or whatever. And not only are y'all doing these random parties, y'all giving us food that's going to make us go to the bathroom. Like, that's not
Ew.
bringing up morale at all.
And y'all
But
know it's only 4
I digress.
styles in there. It's only 4 styles in there,
It's only
and
four.
it's 15 of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's Hunger Games. It's the Hunger Games
Yeah.
for the bathroom style. Like, stop it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gross. It's
It
gross.
is so gross.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Estella,
I went
teaching
ahead and had my
is
salad.
period. Period. Teaching is different from corporate America because there is really no amount of district hopping you can do to double or triple your salary. It's just
Yeah.
not for the teach unless you're moving states. And if you're moving states to get a higher teaching salary, you're also going to get a higher cost of living to go along with that higher teacher salary. So yeah, teaching is definitely different. But I've seen a lot of teachers who are just making that move out of the industry, out of education because of not just the money. The money is really only the half of it. It's the BS the teachers are having to deal with, and all this from parents and stuff. It's just getting worse and worse, and it's just becoming increasingly not worth it for the majority of us. And I definitely have thought about what I want to go back to teaching. Sometimes I really do miss it. I miss the connection with the kids. I really do. But I just know that for me and where I am in my life, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it for me right now. And she even said in NYC when she started teaching, she was only making 39K in New York City.
Yeah,
That's wild.
that's insulting in Cincinnati,
Mhm.
let alone New York
Mhm.
City.
It's insulting
Yeah,
anywhere because
that's
I'm like,
insane.
anybody
Yeah.
with a degree, and a lot of teachers have, like, master's degrees and stuff.
Mhm.
Like, it just makes no sense. It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's wild.
wow.
Imma skip a few. This one here is how do you envision Planners and Wine in the next 2 years or 5 years?
Ooh, my vision, what I would love for Planners and Wine to become part of, like, a major, like, podcast network. I would absolutely love that, and where we just show up and record, and it's people behind the scenes who do everything else, including, getting sponsors and all that great stuff. Yeah, I would love for Planet to Wine to be a part of like a major podcast network. I think that would be really really cool, or have like some type of exclusive deal with like a Apple or something like that, to where you can only hear a podcast on Apple. But I think that would be really really cool.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That definitely would. I
Mhm.
definitely want to grow our
Mhm.
listenership. I would love to like double or triple in the next 2 years or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, I would also love to grow the Patreon, of course, but also maybe even more spin-off shows.
Mm.
And it
Oh
doesn't even
yes.
really have to be like Meg or Myra kind of thing, but just,
Mhm.
just to grow and expand it
Yep.
and kind of take over. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that
That would
would
be
be.
very awesome.
I mean, we already
Naomi,
took over the community, but wait, what did
Loki.
Naomi say?
Naomi said not Apple. Girl, but Spotify problematic, and we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. It's like
Very,
everything is
very
problematic.
problematic. Yeah, true. I'm sure somehow Apple is too. It's when it comes to these corporate companies, it's just no way. But
Mm-mm.
Spotify, eh,
Mhm.
it's crazy right now with Spotify. But yeah, yeah. But overall, just
Mhm.
to grow the podcast and just take
Mhm.
over. Yeah.
Yes, spinoff show. Heather suggested we have a spinoff called Planners and Wine and Target. So is that where we record in Target? Like what? What are we doing? Or is it just
Yeah.
Myra just talking about her shopping escapades in Target on a weekly basis?
I mean, I got content on a weekly basis for what's at Target for sure.
You do. You do. You know
Yeah,
what? And I'm
I
sad.
definitely do.
I've really slowed down on how much I go to Target now that we live here, because I don't live in like the closest Target to me is just not a great Target. So I literally have to travel for
Aw.
a good Target.
Yeah.
Whereas like literally in Dallas, there is like a good Target in almost every neighborhood. I really
Mm.
feel played. I want to go back. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alright, this is the last one we'll do on this one.
Okay.
Will you ever have a Planners and Wine meetup in California? And it says, I guess not related to like Go Wild. I mean,
I mean,
technically
what
our
we're
meetup
yeah.
isn't related to Go Wild, but
Right, but it is a Patreon exclusive,
that yeah, it
because we're
is.
just hanging with the patrons. But I don't know,
Mhm.
I think whenever we were to do, like, a meetup, just like a general meetup just for anybody who's listening, I don't know if it'd be the place, because it's just nowhere near where me or Myra live. It
Yeah,
would
and it's
definitely probably be
expensive.
somewhere
Mhm.
more centrally located. I could see maybe a meetup in Texas, for instance, or somewhere on the East Coast. It would probably be closer to
Mhm.
over here, but you never know. You never.
Yeah, yeah, definitely agree. California is a bit
Mhm.
far. My ticket for
Mhm.
Go Wild was damn near $600. So I mean,
Astronomical. Mhm.
it's expensive.
Mhm.
So yeah, we're just not close to California for that to be like the first. But never say never.
Mhm. Yep.
But yeah, more than likely, if it's going to be a general meetup, it's going to be somewhere central to the both of us.
Mhm. Yep.
Mhm.
Everybody wants the pizza party plus a raise. That's what Danny said. He wants the raise and the pizza party.
You know, we talked about this before. You know how we always do, like we would get a gift card for Starbucks because Starbucks so universal for everybody. Like
Mhm.
we wonder, like how would we do like a pizza party for Planners and Wine? Because
I know. What pizza
everybody
I
is
get?
there's
Pizza
no
Hut?
good. Uh,
I know.
it's
I
iffy.
know.
Everybody has different tastes in pizza, and then of course, folks' local pizza place is the best. So it's
Mhm.
hard to do a pizza party.
Yes, it is, but, we'll see. Hopefully, we'll be able to get together one of these
Yeah,
days and figure something out. I vote for New Orleans, but I just think New Orleans is so lit.
I have
Okay, so
never been, so
I haven't been in as
I'm
an
here for it.
adult, so I really need to
Yeah.
experience it as an adult. Do we have any more questions from Instagram?
No. Yeah, that
Okay.
was it.
Okay, cool. All right. So we did get a question in our askpnw@gmail.com inbox. And this is a really, really great question. So we really want you guys' feedback in the chat for how this person should handle this. She said, "Hey ladies, this is a little off topic, but I love that you both mention therapy and talk about mental health on the show. So I thought you might have some good advice for me. I've been looking for a new therapist and I found an amazing black female therapist working in my area whose specialties really align with what I need from therapy. However, I am not sure that as a white woman, I should take up her availability. The practice has exclusively black therapists and seems like an amazing resource and safe space for members of the black community who seek out therapy. Many of the therapists also specialize in working with black clients, so I feel a bit guilty taking up space there when I can easily find a therapist that shares my ethnicity and experiences, which isn't always the case for others. My conundrum, I really want to support her and her colleagues because they seem amazing and like a good fit for me, but I also feel like it's selfish for me to take up their time. What's your take? Thanks for the time and advice. First of all, girl, the fact that you are even thoughtful enough to care and to ask a question like that, seriously, kudos to you. And what we really need, what people of color, what black people really need, is for white people to recognize when they might be taking up space and
Mhm.
care not
Yeah.
to. So kudos for you for even thinking of that, for that even occurring to you, and for you even asking us. Myra, what do you think?
Um, I've been thinking about this. We kinda read, like, a little bit of it last night, but I have been thinking about it, and I still stand for what I originally said. I think it should be up to the therapist. So, I mean, if you
Mhm.
feel like that's a good fit for you, go ahead and move forward with it and allow that therapist to see if, she's willing to, let you take up that space. I'm sure she can't say like, "Oh no, I can't do you," but maybe she can refer you to someone else.
Mhm.
But I think it should be left up to the therapist.
Yeah, I
So, I
think
mean,
this is a great opportunity to talk to the therapist and get her thoughts about it as well, and literally, like, tell her your concerns just like you told us. I mean, especially when you're entering into this therapy type of relationship with somebody, you wanna be open and as honest as possible, and
mhm.
so what I would do if I were you, go ahead and book that first appointment, and if she takes you and you're sitting there talking to her, bring that up. Tell her, "I was concerned about taking up space from black people because I know it's harder for them to find a therapist than it is for me. I can find any old therapist and go to them no problem. And it may be harder for them. So I just wanted to make sure that by coming to you, because I really wanted to come to you and I really wanted to support your practice, that I wasn't taking up space from black people who are seeking therapy as well. So yeah, I think you should just definitely book it and have an open and honest conversation with her right off the bat and let her know your concerns and see what she says about it. But yeah, I love that. We need more people like you, girl. Like,
Seriously, it's just
ask the
literally, and
questions.
that's, yeah, just ask the questions and take a step back. And I think that acknowledging your privilege in a place is
Mhm.
what a lot of folks still have to work on. Um, and it's just, I'm just kind of blown away that you acknowledge that, hey, I could be possibly taking up space,
Yep.
filling up her
Mhm.
books when there are a lot of Black people who want and seeking out, like, myself included, like, I just
Mhm.
could not, my therapist had to be a Black woman.
Yeah.
It just had to be, it was no question, but it is a lot harder for us to find those
Mhm.
connection, and yeah, just for you acknowledging that and thinking about that is great. It's amazing. But yeah, I still think
Yep.
you should let, like Meg said, have that open conversation with the therapist and let the therapist
Mhm.
make that decision.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And Heather agreed in the chat. She said she asked the therapist her thoughts. And she was like, because what if she knew, and what if she is a newer therapist? What if she doesn't have a lot of clients, possibly
True,
because
yeah.
of her race? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So yeah, definitely talk to her and see what happens. But that's amazing. It's amazing to seek therapy, and it's also amazing to be aware of taking up space from Black people and people of color. So kudos to you for that. So yeah, we need more
Yeah,
people to do that. Because
yeah,
we're gonna talk about that in the next topic of people taking up spaces that were not necessarily meant for them, and them just not caring. It's just not caring. But before we go there, Emily said it's definitely the acknowledgement for me, but also I feel like it's a fit for them to definitely have the conversation.
for
Totally
sure, yeah.
agree. And Danny is on the target for the third time in 24 hours. So Heather suggested a reality and target with Danny podcast. I think you could, Danny, you and Myra can do another podcast featuring y'all just talking in Target. I think that's a great idea.
I love it. I love
Mhm.
that store. I live and
Yes.
breathe that store. But yeah, yeah, I see, we had another comment that they folks saying that they need to go back to therapy.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, therapy is amazing, and I feel like it is really important. Also, I also feel like you can't just, it's not like a one size fits all kind of thing. So don't take, like, if your first experience with therapy isn't how you imagine, or you just didn't click
Hmm.
with the therapist, don't let that end your search. Sometimes I had went through like 3 different therapists,
Hmm.
until I found the one that I was like, "Okay, this is it, like, I love this." But
Yep.
it may be a trial and error kinda thing, and you may find the right person at the first time, but if you don't let that stop you, for
Right,
sure.
right. Exactly, exactly. I think Heather said in the chat that she's always been told to find the therapist is like a first date. You don't necessarily find the right one at once. Yeah. Keep on
Right,
trying,
for
keep on
sure.
dating. Yep. That's really, really good advice. Advice that I definitely will be taking for myself very soon because I do want to find a good therapist. But yeah, it might not be a slam dunk on the first meeting, and that's okay. You know, if I want to move on, if I want to give them another chance, who knows? Um, yeah, so yeah, Emily, we are gonna talk about the dude on TikTok. So y'all, if any of y'all are not aware,
Not Emily knew exactly what we was
she
talking
knew.
about.
She knew because we here.
It's the
Yeah,
Black girl intuition.
period. Period. Yes, yes. Um, so TikTok hosted a Black History Month Zoom with Nicki Minaj. Lots of, bigger creators were invited to this, Black creators, people of color, white creators, just all type of people were invited to attend and ask Nikki questions. Unfortunately, I don't know why TikTok didn't have all their stuff together, but there's a room limit, so there was only about 300 people who were allowed to actually be inside of the inside of the Zoom. And so apparently, it filled up very, very quickly. Black creators have been stating on TikTok that they got their invite very, very late. So once they tried to get in it, it was already full and they couldn't even get in it. And so basically what ended up happening is you have this Black History Month event hosted by TikTok with Nicki Minaj with majority white creators in it, and with even the few Black creators who were in there weren't able to ask Nikki any questions. It was basically just handed over to the white creators, and they were able to ask Nikki questions like, what is it like being a Black woman? um yeah,
Which is very
yeah.
offensive. Like,
Mhm.
if if we had to remind the people that is listening to this, that's very offensive. It
Mhm.
sounded like Nikki handled it very well though,
I think she
based
did.
off what people were
I
saying.
definitely
But
did, but this is a situation where even though that space was not, because we already know TikTok is all about doing stuff for PR and they wanna look more
mhm,
inclusive than what they actually are and like they actually give a shit about Black creators, which we really know they don't. This would have been a great opportunity for them to do that, and they dropped the ball because if they knew that there was a 300-person limit, why would you invite more than 300 creators? And if you have a 300-person limit and it's a Black History Month um Zoom, then it needs to be, the guest list should be very intentional and it should prioritize Black creators. Not to say Black creators should have been the only people invited, but it definitely should have prioritized the Black creators and making sure that they were able to be there and they were able to talk to Nikki and interact with her. It shouldn't have been a space for white people to take up space literally from Black people and then ask questions like, what's it like to be a Black woman? For real?
it's that question cracks me up every time because it's like I just
My
why are you even
response
here?
my
Why are
response
you even
would have
here?
been, "It's hard as fuck to be a Black woman." Next question.
Yeah,
Like, what am I supposed
because
to
I'm
say to
getting
that?
asked this stupid ass question.
Seriously.
Like, come on. Like, why are you even here? Do you even
Mhm.
care?
Mhm.
You're just here for
Exactly.
basically to say that, oh, I was in a Zoom with Nikki.
Mhm. Mhm, and so it's been very sad because you've seen so many TikToks from Black creators who were just so devastated and so sad about the missed opportunity to be a part of this and to connect with Nicki Minaj because they're all like really huge fans of hers. And then on the opposite side of it, you see white creators who have literally built their platforms off the work and the creativity of Black creators just by
Mhm.
copying and mimicking them, celebrating the fact that they were able to go and talk to Nicki Minaj, and they don't see why it's a big deal, and everybody should be able to learn about Black history and da 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 da. It's been so sad, and it just speaks to the issues that have been in social media. And especially TikTok. And Emily said in the comments, she said it was a whole mess, and TikTok has been problematic. And I'm not shocked that they didn't do more to protect the space for Black creators. They didn't do anything
Yeah.
to protect the space for Black creators. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely
Even
nothing.
even having the event was the bare minimum. And
Yeah.
that wasn't even clearly wasn't even organized very well.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Woo, and, Estella said, "All these white mediocre creators are thriving off Black culture and content." Y'all, okay, so side note, I sent, Myra a, TikTok of Addison Rae, the extremely huge TikToker. She's one of the top 10 earning TikTokers from 2021. I think she brought in, like, $8 million or something like that. I sent her one of her TikToks, and I told Myra that this is 95% of her TikToks, and it was literally Addison Rae just staring at the camera, mouthing some lyrics to a song made by a Black artist,
Mhm.
and that was the whole TikTok. And yeah, and it's like I'm not hating on her, but it's very frustrating that people like her are able to do the bare minimum and to see so much success, whereas we know that Black people and Black women, and for real, like Black women especially and women of color especially, have to work so hard and are still gonna never even see a fraction of that type of success. And a large part of her success was built off of the backs of Black people doing their dances and or doing our dances and not giving the credit where it was due.
Mhm.
Like, I'll never forget when she was featured on Jimmy Fallon to doing somebody else's dance, and they didn't even credit the creator of that dance until after the fact when they got called out about it. It's like, why wouldn't you put the
Yeah.
actual creator of that dance on your platform rather than somebody who's gonna half-ass do it and not even do it well because she's a white girl?
Yeah, they didn't even take the time to even figure out. They just probably assumed that she was the one who created it.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
yeah, white is just a default in this country, and
Mhm.
it's just proven time and time again. But that whole thing was it's just a mess. And then to double down and try to defend your reasoning for taking up that space instead of just shutting up and listen and taking
Yep.
a step back. And I think a lot of people they're so worried about being called racist, they don't even consider that their actions are still being racist. They just don't want to
Yeah,
be called that.
they just don't wanna be
And
called
we've
that.
have experience
Mhm,
with that as well. It's just more
mhm.
so, let me prove to the world that I'm not, and you're putting your foot so deep or far in your mouth, showing that you don't care. You
Yep.
you were just like, I just wanted to be in this room. I didn't care
Mhm,
by any means that I was taking up somebody else's space. And also, to Emily's point before, what happened to your accent, Buck Wild? Like all this proving stuff,
mm,
that whole black scent went
mhm.
away.
Ooh, the black scent. Ooh, the black scent. Yeah, because there was one main, creator who was the main one. He's a white guy. He was bragging about getting to be in there and talk to Nicki Minaj, and of course he got,
Mhm,
backlash, and people are all in his comments calling him out for the situation. And he, defended himself and made a bunch of excuses. And that black scent that he was portraying went away just as soon as he had started it. It was
mhm,
definitely Aquafina energy, Emily. That's exactly
mhm.
what it was. And it was just, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just sad. And I feel like this would have been a bad enough situation, but with TikTok's history of black erasure, it just makes it even worse. Like the fact that the top 10 paid creators from 2021 were all white people, and there were not one black person on that, when black creators literally have built TikTok and made TikTok what it is. Insane to me. Absolutely insane, absolutely crazy. I mean, it just makes no sense. And there was one person in the comments of his videos, and he was like, "What?" She was like, "Well, I don't see what the issue is, because I work at Google, and we had a Black History Month event, and it was for everybody, and everybody was included. So I really don't see what the big deal. The big deal is, I'm sure whatever event she was talking about at Google, there was probably not limited space there. It was probably
Mhm.
open to everybody because there was enough space for everybody to attend. Okay. And so, if there is a situation like this Zoom where there is a limited amount of space, don't you think that Black people should be prioritized to attend a Black History Month event? It's not a history lesson, it's a Black History Month event. So, why shouldn't Black people? Why can't we ever be prioritized for anything? Why is that such an issue? When, like Myra said, the default is always white, and white people are always prioritized for everything.
Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
the same reason why we still get the question, like, why do y'all need a history month?
Mhm.
Like, if you're asking that question, you just don't realize that white is the default, or why there
Mhm.
isn't a white history month. Like, it's every day. Be like,
Yep.
do you look at the curriculum? It's all white history there.
Right, right.
But it's wild. It's wild. And then of course a lot of people in his comments are accepting his apology, that the apology isn't theirs to accept. And of course, that's the people that he has responded to and like, thank you for the
Yeah,
support, yada yada
yeah, for
yada.
sure.
Just completely ignoring the people with valid criticism. And it's not like folks were being nasty or anything. It's just
Mhm,
valid ass criticism that
mhm.
unfortunately you knew you was wrong. You know
Right.
deep down in your heart that you were wrong, and you just don't want to take that L, basically.
Exactly, exactly,
That's
and
what it
that
is.
particular the guy TikToker, who was, deservedly getting a lot of the backlash, for this, he also made a point to bring up his, I guess, black stepfather, his black sister. If you have to point to the black people in your life as the excuse for why you're not racist, you should have just stopped there, because having black people in people's family has never stopped anybody from being racist. Slave owners had black children, and they were literal slave owners. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
it's
just I can't. Bye, Heather. Heather had to go. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Mm-mm. Yeah, that whole situation was just crazy. I saw Meg had asked earlier, did Nikki make a comment about that during the Zoom? I don't really know what her response was, or if she even realized at the time what was taking place. And I don't know if she said anything since then. I think she had said in like a live or something since then that she was going to try to reschedule and do something else. But
mhm.
this really isn't about Nicki Minaj,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
she got her
it
own
was just
issues.
literally a job. She does have her
Mhm.
own issue, but I
Mhm.
mean, it sounded like she handled herself well, and at the end of the day, it was work for her. That was a job. She showed up and did her part. it's really about TikTok. Like
Mhm.
Nikki, I wouldn't even expect her to have a quote unquote statement or say anything about it because
No.
it wasn't at her fault. She
Mhm.
was hired to do a job and she showed up. I mean, that it just is what it is. But
Exactly.
yeah, it's just, and this goes back, side note, to why like we just aren't like accepting working for free, especially working for free for our likeness for Black
Mm,
History Month and all that.
mhm.
Cause it's just, this is a an extension of that. Like it just shows that white is the default, white is going to get prioritized, they're going to get
Yep.
paid, they're going to get in these spaces. So no, I can't lower my rates or do something for free or do something for an affiliate to
Right.
promote that you have Black stuff coming out this month. Like it's just, it's a no. It's
Mhm.
a no. Because
Right,
this is what
right.
we have to deal with. Alice
Yep.
Ray making 8 million doing stuff that she
Doing
literally took
nothing.
from Black people.
Exactly, exactly. Either doing
Yeah.
nothing or doing things that she stole. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Like, that is literally all her TikToks. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And I feel like if you are a brand who truly cares about diversity and inclusion and making sure that Black creators get what they deserve, you have to kind of pick up the slack for your fellow companies who don't. So if that means paying a Black creator more than what you were going to pay a white creator, then you got to do that, because I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, that Black creator is getting less than what white creators are making for the same work. So I feel like you shouldn't feel no type of way about picking up the slack and doing a little extra, because it's just not fair to us out here. It's not fair. Like, we're just not on an even playing field. People discount us, do not value us, even though having the respect and from Black culture, Black people is absolutely everything, and these companies absolutely need it. They act like it's worthless, and they act like they think whatever little crumbs they want to pay you is good enough, and it's just not. It's just not. So
Or the Mickey Mouse coins that I can only cash in if, somebody use a link or use a code or whatever. That it just,
wild.
that's not, yeah, it's not enough.
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
it's really insulting,
Yep.
honestly. So I hope brands
Mhm.
do better with that.
Yep. I hope so too. And I didn't realize Heather when Heather left, she said she was unfollowing this live. That was a jab at the Karens who got to announce it when they're leaving. I love it. I love it, Heather. But yeah, it's just a shame. It's just a real shame that, this, but I feel like this is just going to continue to be a conversation. And as Black women, we definitely have to stand our ground and know our worth and not settle. Don't
Mhm.
settle for just the little pennies that this company wants to throw at you in the name of just giving you exposure. You don't need their exposure. They need yours. They need you more than you need them. That's why they're coming to you.
Period. Yeah. Period. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely talked about it in my live yesterday, but I think once we get over this, like as a community, regardless if it's planner community or just as an influencer community, I guess we get over this hump that we're doing friends a favor or I
Mhm.
just need the exposure to work with them. Like we have to get over that, and the brands will come to the table. They wouldn't even start asking us stuff for
Mhm.
Mickey Mouse coins and free product.
Girl. Ooh, the ghetto.
Yeah,
The
it's ghetto.
ghetto. Yeah. Yeah. Last thing I just wanted to briefly talk about, but because this has been such a great live episode, Kanye West is at it again bright and early on Sunday morning, dragging Pete Davidson, dragging Kid Cudi, dragging Kim Kardashian for filth. And I'm just trying to figure out, where are his real friends and why won't they take his phone?
My thing is, how did Kid Cudi get into this?
Cause he announced that Kid Cudi was not gonna be on Donda 2 and the album, I guess. And Kid Cudi
Yeah.
called him a dinosaur and was like, "I've been the best thing about your music for years," because he wasn't going. Cause y'all know I'm a fan of the clapback. I'm a fan of the clapback.
I love Kid Cudi, and now I
Same.
stand even harder for that.
Stand. Stand him down. He called him a dinosaur. I'm dead.
Oh my
He
god.
said, "I've been the
Yeah.
best thing about your music for years."
Well,
Period. Because you know what? He doesn't deserve classy clapbacks. If you're gonna give him attention, then get that fool what he want. Give him what he asking for and drag him for filth. And so now he's starting conspiracy theories. Like he posted a picture of Pete Davidson and Ariana Grande because you know they used to date, trying to, I don't
yeah,
know, make some type of connection to that and you know Mac Miller's death because you know she dated Mac Miller and then he died and then she dated Pete Davidson. I don't know if saying Pete Davidson has some type of connection to his death. Something wild. And it just makes no sense. Like I saw somebody had put on TikTok yesterday. It was like if Britney Spears was in her conservatorship for like what 12, 13 years, why is Kanye West just out here just wilding out? Like where his people at? Why you can't get him?
yeah. I think Erica said it
Lord.
like he just lost all connection with those people. He cut them
Mhm.
all his friends off. Like,
Mhm.
like Jay Z wouldn't even go 50 foot close to this man at this point. It's just
Mhm.
it's a lost cause, and I don't I don't know.
It's just
It's
really
a lost
gross that
cause.
he's bringing up Mac Miller, who sadly, you know, passed away a few years ago, in his whole vendetta against Pete Davidson. Now I'm looking at the post. He's basically saying that Mac Miller, you know, was depressed because him and Ariana couldn't get back together because she had got with Pete Davidson, blaming Pete Davidson for his death, I guess. And it's just like, let's be clear that Pete Davidson could literally not exist and Kim still wouldn't want you. That's not why y'all not together. That's literally not why. She was
Yeah,
divorcing you before Pete was even in the picture, and he has nothing to do with why Kim don't want him no more. It's like everybody understands why Kim don't want him except for him.
I mean, he just I, it's I just feel sad for these babies. It's
Oh
sad
my
that she
god,
still had to have some level of connection with this man because of these kids.
it's wild.
It's
It is
insane.
wild.
I,
Yeah,
I'm
y'all.
I'm gagged that he brought in Max
Mhm.
death.
He brought up Hillary Clinton some weird way because I guess Pete Davidson has a tattoo of Hillary Clinton or girl, I don't know. It's just it makes no sense. And now he got pictures of Pete Davidson on his page talking about no, you will never meet my children. He probably done already met the kids. He probably done already met them.
Little
Yeah,
did you know, but just stay on the internet, sir. I guess keep
it's
talking. It's,
wild.
I mean, if she wants a case to get rid of all his rights, I mean, he's making the case for her.
At the very least, she need to have some type of gag order to where he can't keep publicly talking about them and their divorce and her relationship in public. I know they do that type of thing all the time, and he has definitely made the case that he needs to have to shut the hell up about this
But
because
do you think
it's
somebody
crazy.
like Kanye is going to abide by some gag order?
No, but then he can get sued. And I'm sure he
Yeah,
probably don't care about that either, but it's better than nothing. Because now she can't do
yeah.
anything. He can just fly off the handle and do all this and literally humiliate their entire family. And also, I don't know if y'all know, so there's a podcast called Call Her Daddy, and his little girlfriend Julia Fox was on there. They asked her, like, how do you feel about, you know, all that Kanye has said about him and Kim, like in the media? And she was like, oh, I'm not worried about that, you know, because he's mine, he's with me. And he's literally attacking his ex and her new relationship and talking about how bad he wants his new family back. I just don't understand how you can reconcile those that he's with you, but he's doing all this about his ex.
Yeah,
I don't understand. I don't
yeah, that
understand.
that gem just isn't that bright for that. I
Mm-mm.
mean, at the bare
Mm-mm.
minimum, how can you not see your future? Do you
And then
not realize
he
that
was
he's gonna do that
out.
to you?
Exactly, and he was out last night with somebody else who's not even his ex. She's like literally like a Kim Kardashian clone who he dressed up like Kim Kardashian. Girl, it just
For
I
photos?
no, they were like going out and people took pictures of them out. He went to public
Oh,
places. He wasn't trying to hide it.
yeah, it sounds like he was trying to make it seem like Kim was with him.
I
But
think
I
he's trying to make it like I can make anybody Kim Kardashian, basically, and it's like, no, I don't agree with it. It's like, and even so, why does that make her want to be with you,
yeah,
girl? It
for
just I need
me,
to stop trying to make it make sense because it's not going
it
to.
doesn't
It's
make
just not.
sense. It doesn't. I'm looking in the chat now. Emily said at this point is the shit is getting crazy. I feel like it's been or scary rather. I feel like it's
It's
been
very
scary.
scary. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. So,
it
Danielle,
has
so the
been
beef
that.
with Billie Eilish is because so at a concert recently, Billie Eilish, I guess she stopped the show because there was a fan who needed some like help, like some medical attention, and and Billie Eilish made some type of comment like, I I care about my fans, or I'll stop the show to make sure my fans are okay, or something like that.
Mhm.
And it kind of seemed like it may have been like a dig at Travis Scott, even though
Mm.
apparently she has said those type of things since way before the Travis Scott Astro World situation. So Kanye was like, Billy, you need to apologize to Travis Scott, or I'm not gonna be performing at Coachella. And it's like I just don't
Okay,
understand.
what the fuck they got to do with Billy?
Exactly. I don't know what that has to do with Billy or why she would care. And my thing is like, I just hate how it's like every move that he makes, it's like he's always trying to like force people to do what he wants them to do. Like she don't have nothing to do with Coachella. And so I guess he's gonna try to frame it as, oh, it's her fault. I'm not performing at Coachella because she made the dig at Travis Scott. What?
It's wild to
It
me
makes
people still
no
giving
sense.
him opportunities like that. Like, come on. Why is he even on the roster?
I was pissed that he just recently came out with a new song and Alicia Keys is on it. And it just annoys me that everybody is just so quick to turn like a blind eye to his
Mhm.
horrible abusive behavior and still work with him because he's Kanye West. Like it's really, really gross. And this is the reason why, the Bill Cosbys and the Harvey Weinsteins of the world were able to do everything that they was doing for so long because so many people were just turning a blind eye
Mhm.
and still working with him. And obviously he's not at their level for sure. We don't know about him sexually assaulting anybody or anything like that,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it's still abuse and it's still some really horrible behavior. And I just don't understand why people are so quick to align themselves with people who behave like this and just not care about how they're treating literally their own family. Like Kim is his family.
Yeah. I mean, at
And
the bare minimum, you should respect her out of the respect of your children, regardless of how you feel about the relationship with her.
exactly.
But yeah, I
Exactly.
think it all boils down to who people like. If Kim was somebody that the whole world loved and adored, Kanye would not
Oh
be
yeah,
having no
Jay-Z would
opportunities.
never pull this on Beyonce
Oh
because he
yeah.
would be
Yeah.
getting slammed
Mhm.
left and right. Yeah, you're right. It's just about respect, and unfortunately, people have more respect for him than they have for her, and it's
Yeah.
obviously that is because of misogyny.
Yeah. I was about
That
to
is
say
because
low
of
key kind of
misogyny.
sexism too. Yeah, for
Yeah, for
sure.
sure,
For
for
sure.
sure. Like this is the picture of Pete Davidson that he has on his Instagram right now, y'all.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Talking about you will never meet my children. Clay, you don't have any embarrassing pictures out there? Like,
I mean, it's that's one that we talking about. Like it comes with the territory. I mean, being a public figure, there's going to be some leak of some embarrassing picture, unfortunately, out there of you. But I
it's just,
mean,
but one picture is not a dictation of somebody's whole personality. But this guy, he's just literally
absolutely.
just taking anything that he can grab onto, and it's just gross, y'all. I can't take
Also,
it.
isn't Pete a comedian?
Pete is a comedian. That could have been a
So
sketch.
it could have been a sketch. Yeah, so
For
I'm
all we
like,
know, it really could have. It really, really
I'm like,
could
hold
have.
on. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how funny he is, but I mean, I'm pretty sure he was like on SNL or something like that, right?
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
this is
he's still on
clearly could have been a
SNL.
sketch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it's too much. It's too much. And I just want the people who care about Kanye, the people who he allows to be in his life and in his circle to like talk to him. Like really for real, like sit down and talk to him and reason with him and let him know that everything he wants, he's gonna get the opposite of with this behavior. Like this ain't the way. Like if he really wants his family back, he wants to be up with Kim. Like his feelings are valid, but hers are too. And if she don't want you, she don't want you. So leave her alone. This harassment is not okay. And
I
Danielle said she was gonna say she doubt that Pete is embarrassed by that picture. Pete Davidson don't even
yeah,
strike me as a type to get embarrassed about anything. He's
yeah.
probably laughing and making an SNL skit as we speak
Yes.
about Kanye and his crazy behavior.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what, like, hold on, I had to double think about that. Like, he's a comedian. It could have been a sketch. It could have been just him in his everyday life being silly as a fucking comedian, because that's
Yeah.
what they do. I
Yep.
mean,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Stella, he definitely needs help, and I definitely don't doubt with this erratic behavior that he's definitely going through some type of crisis. But Kanye has all the outlets and the resources in the world to get all the help that he needs, and he's choosing not to do it. At
yeah.
least to us, he's choosing not to do it. That's what we see. So it's just like you can't help somebody who don't want to be helped, and clearly, you know, I can't.
Uh, sorry to that man.
Mhm.
Sorry to that man. But
Mhm.
I guess we need to change the segment to the Kanye corner or something, because every
Girl,
week
'cause
it's
every week I'm
it's
getting tired of
something.
talking about him. I really am truly getting tired of talking about him, but it's just like I
Every
feel
week.
like people are not speaking out enough about how this behavior is abuse. It is emotional abuse.
It is
It is
abuse.
harassment.
It is scary, it is dangerous,
It's not
and I feel like
cool.
overall more people are looking at this as entertainment, but this is
It's
stuff like
sad.
the beginnings of something deadly. Like, this is dead ass
Mhm.
serious.
Women get murdered by ex-partners, ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends all the time. And I'm not saying this situation can lead to that or something, but that's why people that's why people need to have support around them, and people need to speak out when there is some really wrong problematic behavior going on.
Mhm.
Like you can't just watch it for your entertainment. And then it's like if nothing else, there are children involved in this situation. Like it's
Absolutely, yeah.
horrible. It is horrible.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, Meg, it is a shame. I'm pretty sure Donda is, like, turning in her grave, because she just does not strike me as a woman who would stand up for
I
any of
told you
this.
how he was attacking Donda last week, talking
Yeah, he
about
tried to throw
you
her under the
doing what
bus.
Donda did, keeping me away from my keeping my kids away from their father. Like, hold up. Since when is that the narrative that your mother intentionally kept you away from your dad? Since when are we doing that?
Mm,
Girl, he done turned on Donda. It don't make it make sense. Make it
yeah.
make sense. Who is so sad?
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah,
horrible.
y'all. I hate to end this podcast on that note, but I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted by Kanye West. Exhausted.
Yeah, it is exhausting. I will
Mm.
say, just some reminders. Thursday, it's another Archer and Olive live. Is it at 8
Yeah,
Central
it's a
this week?
Zoom, and this will
Yeah.
actually be
Yeah,
at yeah
Zoom.
8 Central. Others were at Central Time. This will be at 8 Central Time. So yeah, guys, make sure y'all come, and it's gonna be a really great conversation. Look out for that B Harris lunch. She's gonna be doing a live on Archer and Olive's page this week as well. I believe on Thursday.
Mhm.
I have no idea if I'm going to be on that live or not, but just keep a lookout. I might be, I might
Mhm.
not be. I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, guys, this has been so fun. We always love doing these live shows with y'all. Thank you all so much to everybody who came and participated. And if you want to be a patron and be a part of the next one, all you got to do is go to plannersandwine.com and check out our Patreon. These lives are available to you at the $10 and up level. So definitely check
Yep.
it out. And shout out to the new patrons. We've had a lot of people join in new over the past couple of weeks. I hope y'all aren't just doing that because of Black History Month. But either way, we're
Oh
happy to
my
have
god.
you. Just stay
We are happy
around.
to have you, but we will definitely see the tea if you
Mhm.
unsub
Yes,
fairly
and it's Super
soon.
Bowl
Yeah.
day. It's Super Bowl day. So who, like, y'all tell us in the comments real quick, who is your money on? Myra, we already know the
We
hometown.
already know.
You got to
Yeah.
support the Bengals.
We
Yes.
already know. But yeah.
I think I'm going for I don't even know. I have no idea what I'm going for. Y'all know I don't
Girl,
watch
low key,
football.
I'm not
We
even
just making a
watching
bunch
that
of
stuff.
snacks. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna make wings and rotel
Mhm.
and
Same.
just have a good time. Yes, Danny says money's on the food. Same, period.
Absolutely, come through, Danny. That's where
Yep,
we at.
yep.
Yeah, I'm obviously hometown, rooting for my hometown. It's
Mhm,
just been great. Side note, y'all, it's just been great seeing the city like come together and be super excited about something. Like last time Bengals was even in the Super Bowl was pre my existence in like
mhm,
'89. So it's
mhm.
been a while. So it's nice to see the whole city just excited and
Yes.
that's what I'm rooting for. Like just glimpse
Didn't
of
y'all go ahead
happiness
and
because it's
cancel
been
school for tomorrow already too? I
I
think
don't know if
Dalton
they
told me something
did.
like that. Let
Oh,
us know.
I don't have no
Report
school
back.
age kids, so yeah, I'll let y'all know.
Is Ashley going to daycare tomorrow?
They're gonna open late,
Okay.
so but we work from home Monday, so no big
Yeah.
deal if he doesn't get to go in. But we shall see. I'm just
Yeah.
excited for the city, honestly.
Yes, me
Yeah.
too, me too. So yeah, guys, so next week I guess we'll have Myra's sports corner and she'll report back on the Super Bowl. Shout out to Kia Fury from the Read.
Yes, little sports shorts, a little bowman,
Yep,
but we'll see. I could not
yep.
tell you the score of anything, but
Mm-mm.
I'll do my Googles just like Kid Fury do in real
Yeah, just
time.
Google it tomorrow morning. CNN
Mhm.
probably gonna have it be the top headline. So yeah, just report back
Yeah, Chuck could
next
tell me something,
episode.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, Naomi, I'm team halftime as well. Exactly. I can't wait to the halftime show.
Yes.
Yes. But yeah, guys, thank you all so much for joining us on this Super Bowl Sunday. We love you all so much. Sports and wine coming soon. Shout out to Danny.
Period. Yeah.
And we will talk to y'all next week.
Bye, guys.